You are so freaking powerful. You're so freaking powerful. And honestly, I think you are more powerful than what you are leading on, what you are allowing yourself to actually be. I don't know why I'm getting this heavy feeling that you are actually afraid of the power that you possess. And because you're afraid of that power, because there's somewhere deep down where you have this insecurity with trust. It's hard for you to trust other people, and it's also hard for you to trust yourself. And for a lot of you guys, I'm also hearing that maybe you experience being bullied a lot growing up, and that's just like an insecurity, something that you haven't just fully quite healed from yet, especially as an adult, because I feel like you think it feels kind of naive to still feel that way as an adult, to still want to feel validated, to not want to be counted out, or for people to approve of what you're doing. And because somewhere deep down you're still looking for that approval, and it's like you run away from actually accepting that you want that approval, so that way you can understand where the feelings are actually coming from, so you can move on from it. There's like this deep sense of like just shame. You feel shameful for wanting to be validated, for wanting to be seen, for wanting to be heard, because for a lot of guys you have been counted out and just treated as the underdog, as someone who is not skilled or educated or knowledgeable in whatever they're doing. And so it's like you kind of hide and tuck away. You hide away from your power because you feel like it's too much, or it won't be accepted by, yes, ooh, because you feel like your power won't be accepted by people. Honestly, I feel like you are a really intense being. You are so intense. Actually, you're so intense that you've never been surface level. You've always been deep. Like a lot of people, how you feel about things, how you view things, the way you just kind of like put two and two together and how you make it make sense. A lot of people can think that oh, that's so far-fetched. Like, it could never be that, or you're thinking too deep, you're thinking too hard, it's never that serious, it's never that deep. But honestly, you've always been that deep. You've never been a surface level person. Everything is that deep to you. That is literally your default setting. Deep. You feel deeply. You think deeply. You see things on a completely different spectrum than a lot of people see things. A lot of people will see something and they will ignore it, or they will just go on about their day because if they feel like it has nothing to do with them. But you are a being that feels so intensely that you feel like everything has something to do with you, and that's correlating to how you feel about your power. You feel like other people's opinions has something to do with you, and it does not. And that is because you think so deeply, and that is okay. It's nothing wrong with being like a deeply emotional person, or someone who just thinks on a completely different level than a lot of people think, because a lot of people are dense. A lot of people are surface level. And you don't come across a lot of people like you, that think like you, that feel like you. So a lot of times you feel like you're too much. I just hit it. There it goes. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. You feel like you are too much. And because you feel like you're too much, that you won't be accepted, your power won't be accepted or received how you see it. So you unintentionally, this is like a subconscious thing. This is something that sits within your subconscious. Confirmation burp. Oh, that was a big one. Excuse me. This is something that sits in your subconscious. You're unintentionally knowing that you're suppressing your power. You're suppressing your voice, your gifts. I feel like that you should really practice on clearing out your throat chakra, aligning your throat chakra, speaking up for yourself, defending yourself, okay? When you feel not even just threatened, but when you don't like something, speak up for yourself. Or not even when you just don't like something, but when something like confuses you, when it confuses you or it doesn't make sense, instead of like just being quiet and accepting other people's opinions and ideologies, like they are brave enough to say their opinion, as dumb as it sounds. So why can't you be brave enough to speak your mind? Oops, the lights went out. Sorry, the lights went out. You should be able to be brave enough to speak your mind, because you know you are intellectual. Again, you know that you hold this deep, like this intense amount of power. And you are depriving the world of it. The people around you, the community. Like, you may decide to be silent and just agree with some dumb shit somebody's saying, but you not saying what needs to be said and suppressing that power that you have, the power in your intellect and your words, you could be teaching them something. You could be learning them something. You know how people say, I'm finna learn you something. Oh, I'm finna learn you something. You know, you may say something that is going to completely contradict how another person feels, but that causes them to think deeper. A snap. It causes them to think deeper on a deeper intellectual level. And that is okay for you to do. You don't have to be so docile or so like out of touch with your feelings, okay? You could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And if not, this just has a lot to do with how you truly feel. Don't bottle up your emotions, okay? Say what you gotta say. Get it off your chest. Don't be afraid to stand 10 toes down and firm in your truth and that power that you hold, because something you say could shake somebody's world. It probably could offend someone, but it could also change them for the better. You could be helping somebody get out of a situation that they were going to put themselves in with, because they think so surface level, because they don't think things through, or maybe you give them a different angle to look at things, a different perspective, and it gets them out of putting themselves in a bad situation. You being silent is not helping. You're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna just shut up. I'm gonna just stop talking, because what I say, like, people are not listening. No, people do listen. Even though they may not apply your advice or be able to accept your advice, people listen. And it replays in their head. Like, you can literally be the type of person where you feel something so deeply. Okay, yes, you can be clairsentient, okay? Clairvoyant as well. It's just like you know things without really knowing why you know them. It's just like that deep feeling, that deep sense of knowing, like your intuition just knows. And you can know something before it happens, and you could tell somebody, I don't think you should do that. Or maybe you should say this because that's just going to lead to this. And then people are like, ugh. They look at you like you're a know-it-all. And that's what makes you probably kind of suppress your voice and not speak with that power, with that that leadership, like that leadership ability, leadership energy. Sorry, my phone cut out, but because you may be afraid that people are going to automatically assume like you're a know-it-all, or that you have it like put all together, and you look back on your life and you're like, I am still learning. I still have things that I am trying to apply in my life. I am still human just like them. And you don't want to come off as if you're judging them. But honestly, that's a them problem. That's a personal problem. you cannot continue. Well, I'm not going to say you can't continue, but the universe is going to continue to put you in situations for you to speak your truth, and for you to also speak your power, okay? To be a leader and speak even if someone may not fully accept it. Just because they don't fully accept it then doesn't mean that they won't fully accept it in the future, or that it may not ponder on them later on. You know what I'm saying? So don't restrict yourself from bottling up the things that you have to say, the things that you have to get off your chest, because just because you are human and you may not have a degree or be certified in a certain field doesn't mean that it doesn't still hold value, that it still doesn't hold truth.